In 1980, Lester Hayes set an NFL record that still stands to this day: 13 interceptions in a single season. It was a feat that no one thought could be matched. But here's the twist. Just a year later, the NFL banned the very substance he used to achieve this legendary performance, Stickum. So, why does his record remain untouched, even after the league outlawed the secret weapon that helped him? Stick around to find out. Meet Lester Hayes, one of the most iconic cornerbacks in NFL history. Known for his unmatched skill and an unorthodox playing style, Hayes was a game changer for the Los Angeles Raiders. In the 1980 season, he recorded a jaw-dropping 13 interceptions, earning him the NFL Defensive Player of the Year award and securing a Super Bowl victory. But his incredible success wasn't just thanks to raw talent. It involved a little-known, controversial secret. In this video, we'll dive deep into the controversial substance that helped Hayes dominate the field. Stickum. We'll uncover why the NFL banned it, how it shaped Hayes' legendary career, and why his record still stands strong today. Plus, we'll explore the debate surrounding his Hall of Fame eligibility and whether his achievements are forever tainted by this banned substance. So, why should you stick around? Because this is a story of triumph, controversy, and an NFL record that defies time. If you're a fan of the game, this video is packed with facts, drama, and insider details you won't find anywhere else. Welcome to History of Raiders, where we bring you the untold stories of football legends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey through NFL history. Now, let's get into it. The Stickum controversy. We talk about Lester Hayes' legendary performances on the field. We need to address the sticky substance that played a massive role in his success. We're talking about Stickum, the controversial adhesive that helped players like Hayes get a grip on the football like no one else could. Stickum, in its most basic form, was a sticky substance that players applied to their hands and arms to improve their grip. It was designed to help athletes catch or hold onto the ball, giving them an edge in the intense, high-speed world of professional football. But its usage wasn't without controversy. While some saw it as a simple tool to enhance performance, others began to question whether it crossed the line into cheating. For a while, Stickum was a common tool used by NFL players, particularly those in positions where catching or holding onto the ball was crucial. Wide receivers and defensive backs like Lester Hayes. The substance made a noticeable difference in a player's ability to secure a catch or make an interception, and its widespread use was tolerated by the league. At least until it started to raise too many eyebrows. When we talk about Lester Hayes' usage of Stickum, we're diving into one of the most iconic stories of Stickum in NFL history. Hayes didn't just apply the substance to his hands like most players did. He used it all over. From his arms to his uniform, Stickum was a staple of his on-field gear. The sticky residue that coated his hands gave him an almost supernatural ability to grip the football, no matter how fast or unpredictable it came his way. Hayes was known for applying Stickum not just for better grip, but also to make it easier to latch onto the ball during those high-pressure moments. He would often coat his forearms and even his chest, ensuring that no matter the angle or force of the ball, he'd have that extra advantage. This tactic made him a nightmare for quarterbacks, as his sticky grip allowed him to intercept passes with precision. However, Hayes wasn't the only one using Stickum. Many other players found themselves using the substance to gain an edge on the field, but Hayes became the most notorious for his excessive application. This brought the issue to the forefront of the NFL's attention, and things began to change. In 1981, just a year after Hayes' record-breaking season, the NFL decided it was time to take action. The league banned Stickum, citing its use as an unfair advantage. The NFL's response was swift and decisive, with officials declaring that the sticky substance gave players like Hayes an edge that went beyond their natural skill. The decision was made to preserve the integrity of the game, ensuring that players couldn't use foreign substances to alter the course of the competition. The NFL argued that Stickum allowed players to make catches and interceptions that wouldn't have been possible otherwise, turning the game into one where substance could outweigh natural athleticism. They viewed the ban as necessary to level the playing field, ensuring that success on the field depended on a player's talent, not their ability to stick to the ball. Despite this ban, Hayes continued to perform at a high level in the NFL, earning Pro Bowl selections and proving that his skill wasn't solely reliant on Stickum. But by 1981, the league had made its stance clear: no more Stickum. The debate around Stickum remains a point of contention in the history of the NFL. While some argue that banning it was the right move to ensure fair competition, others believe it took away an edge that helped level the playing field for less naturally gifted players. In any case, the legacy of Stickum lives on, and it remains one of the more controversial topics in NFL history. From there, the NFL would take even more drastic measures to ensure that no substances would be used to alter a player's natural abilities, setting the stage for stricter rules and regulations that govern the game to this day. This was the beginning of a new chapter for the NFL, where performance-enhancing substances were no longer allowed to give any player an unfair advantage. But for players like Lester Hayes, whose skill was augmented by a banned substance, the debate rages on. Was his greatness achieved through pure talent, or did Stickum play a bigger role than we realize? The aftermath. Before we talk about the aftermath of the Stickum ban and its lasting effects on the NFL, we need to discuss the rule that came into play following the controversy. It didn't just change the way players used substances on the field, it marked a turning point in how the league handled fairness and player performance. This rule would go down in history as the Lester Hayes Rule. The Lester Hayes Rule was implemented after the NFL banned Stickum in 1981. The rule strictly prohibited the use of any adhesive substances by players on their hands, arms, or uniforms. The aim was clear: to level the playing field and prevent any substance from giving players an unfair advantage. While Hayes wasn't the only player to use Stickum, he became the face of the controversy due to his heavy reliance on the substance. As a result, the rule that followed was often associated with his name. What made the Lester Hayes Rule significant wasn't just the ban of Stickum itself, it was the message it sent to the league. The NFL was committed to preserving the integrity of the game, ensuring that all players competed on a fair and equal playing field. This rule was an acknowledgement that, although Stickum helped players perform, true greatness should come from raw athleticism and skill. Now, let's talk about the impact on Lester Hayes after the rule was enforced. Despite the league's decision to ban Stickum and the subsequent rule that bore his name, Hayes didn't fade into obscurity. In fact, he continued to perform at an elite level, earning Pro Bowl selections in the years following the Stickum ban. Hayes' ability to thrive despite the ban was a testament to his natural talent and determination. He didn't let the removal of his most famous secret weapon stop him. In the 1980s, even without Stickum, Hayes remained one of the NFL's top cornerbacks. His aggressive play, ability to read the game, and knack for making crucial interceptions kept him relevant in an ever-evolving league. He proved that his skill was not just reliant on adhesives, it was built on years of dedication, hard work, and an understanding of the game that few could match. Hayes' performance post-ban wasn't without challenges, of course. With the loss of Stickum, he had to adapt and find new ways to maintain his competitive edge. However, he adjusted to the new rules and continued to make his mark on the field. His remarkable ability to shut down wide receivers, and make pivotal interceptions was proof that his greatness didn't come from a substance, but from his exceptional talent. Yet, despite Hayes' continued success, one thing remained unchanged: his 13 interceptions in 1980. This achievement, achieved with the help of Stickum, would become one of the most iconic records in NFL history. Even though the substance was banned shortly after that record-breaking season, Hayes' remarkable feat stood untouched. What's fascinating is that, as of today, Hayes' 13 interceptions in a single season still stand as the most since 1952. Despite various players coming close, none have been able to surpass this record. This speaks to the sheer difficulty of the task Hayes accomplished during that historic season. His interceptions, many of which came at crucial moments in games, cemented his place as one of the best defensive players the NFL has ever seen. The fact that no one has been able to break his record in over 6 decades is a testament to the magnitude of his achievement. The 13 interceptions weren't just a statistical feat. They were a demonstration of Hayes' exceptional skills as a cornerback. He didn't just catch passes. He anticipated them, positioning himself in ways that made it nearly impossible for quarterbacks to avoid him. Hayes' ability to read the quarterback's eyes, combined with his speed and agility, allowed him to create opportunities where other defenders would have been left flat-footed. Even though Stickum played a role in Hayes' success, his record is still widely regarded as one of the most impressive individual achievements in NFL history. The fact that it has stood the test of time, even with the ban of the substance, only adds to the mystique of Hayes' 1980 season. It's clear that Hayes' brilliance wasn't just about the substance. He was a master of his craft. Despite the controversy surrounding Stickum, Hayes' record remains a point of pride for the NFL. It represents a unique moment in football history, one where a player was able to overcome the odds, both on and off the field. The rule that now bears his name may have altered the course of his career, but it didn't take away from the greatness of what he achieved. Instead, it highlighted just how extraordinary Hayes was, even without the advantage of a controversial substance. As the years have gone by, the debate over whether Hayes' record should be considered tainted by the use of Stickum has persisted. Some believe that his success with the substance tarnishes his legacy, while others argue that his natural talent was the true driving force behind his interceptions. Regardless of where you stand on the issue, one thing is clear: Hayes' 13 interceptions in 1980 are a record that continues to stand as one of the greatest individual achievements in NFL history. In the end, the Lester Hayes rule and the Stickum controversy serve as important chapters in NFL history. They marked a shift in the league's approach to fairness and performance-enhancing substances. But for Lester Hayes, the rule didn't diminish his accomplishments. If anything, it made his 1980 season and his incredible 13 interceptions even more legendary. Legacy and debate. Before we talk about Lester Hayes' legacy, let's discuss one of the most controversial aspects of his career: the ongoing debate surrounding his eligibility for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Lester Hayes was an undeniable force on the field. His aggressive play, his ability to shut down wide receivers, and his remarkable interception record are all part of what made him one of the most memorable cornerbacks in NFL history. Yet, despite these achievements, Hayes has not been inducted into the Hall of Fame, which has sparked a heated discussion among fans and analysts alike. The question many are asking is, does his use of Stickum, the banned substance that helped him achieve so much success, play a role in his exclusion? Some argue that his impact on the game was undeniable, and his career achievements like leading the NFL in interceptions and winning a Super Bowl should be enough for him to secure a spot in Canton. Others, however, point to the controversy surrounding his use of Stickum, questioning whether it gave him an unfair advantage over other players One side of the debate emphasizes that Hayes' talents were immense, regardless of the extra help he may have received from Stickum. His understanding of the game, his instincts, and his ability to outplay wide receivers should be recognized, they argue. Hayes' 13 interceptions in a single season is an accomplishment that still hasn't been surpassed in over 6 decades, a record that proves his greatness. Many feel that this alone should warrant Hall of Fame consideration. On the other hand, there are those who believe that the use of Stickum fundamentally altered the way Hayes played the game, giving him an unfair edge that other cornerbacks didn't have. This camp argues that Hayes' record, while impressive, was potentially bolstered by the substance, and this could have unfairly influenced his success. The use of a banned substance, even one that was commonly used in the league at the time, raises ethical concerns for some fans, casting doubt on whether Hayes' achievements should be viewed as entirely legitimate. In the midst of these differing opinions, it's clear that Hayes' place in the Hall of Fame remains a highly contentious issue. Some believe that he's been overlooked for his greatness, while others argue that his success shouldn't be measured by one season or one substance. It raises a bigger question about how the Hall of Fame selects its members. Is it purely about individual achievements, or should the context of those achievements, like the use of banned substances, play a role in determining eligibility? Before we dive into the public opinion surrounding Stickum's contribution to Hayes' success, let's take a closer look at the differing views on the matter. Some fans and analysts maintain that Hayes was already an exceptional player without the help of Stickum. His ability to read the quarterback, anticipate plays, and execute at a high level was well documented throughout his career. For many, his success in 1980, where he earned NFL Defensive Player of the Year honors and helped the Raiders to a Super Bowl victory, is a testament to his natural skill and football IQ. They argue that even if Stickum played a role, it wasn't enough to overshadow the immense talent and dedication Hayes displayed throughout his career. On the flip side, other fans feel that Stickum was an integral part of Hayes' success and cannot be overlooked. They contend that Stickum gave him an unfair advantage, particularly when it came to making interceptions. For these individuals, the fact that the substance was banned just after Hayes' record-setting season speaks volumes. They feel that the league itself recognized the potential for Stickum to alter the fairness of the game, which brings into question how much of Hayes' success can truly be attributed to his own natural ability. In some circles, there's even a perception that the debate around Stickum has overshadowed Hayes' true accomplishments. Rather than focusing solely on his achievements on the field, much of the discussion has become entangled with the controversy over the substance. For fans who believe Hayes' use of Stickum doesn't diminish his accomplishments, this can be frustrating, as it distracts from the player's remarkable skill and achievements. Despite the controversy, many still view Hayes as one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time. His tenacity, ability to shut down the opposition, and his dominance in key games are qualities that cannot be ignored. And yet, the shadow of Stickum remains over his legacy, clouding his Hall of Fame candidacy for some and solidifying it for others. So, let's leave you with one final question. Does the ban on Stickum diminish Lester Hayes' remarkable achievement? Does the use of a banned substance change how we view his 13 interceptions and his legacy in the NFL? Or should we view his accomplishments as a product of his natural talent, dedication, and drive to be the best? The debate continues. And for now, Hayes remains a legend whose story is as much about controversy as it is about achievement. Conclusion: to wrap it all up, Lester Hayes' 1980 season remains one of the most memorable in NFL history. His 13 interceptions set a record that still stands today, cementing his place as one of the league's greatest cornerbacks. But his incredible performance came with controversy, his extensive use of Stickum, the sticky substance that helped him secure those interceptions. The NFL's decision to ban Stickum the following year sparked a debate that continues to this day, raising questions about fairness and the integrity of Hayes' record. Despite the controversy, Hayes continued to perform at an elite level, earning Pro Bowl selections and proving that his success wasn't solely reliant on Stickum. Yet, the debate remains. Does the use of Stickum diminish his remarkable achievement, or was his greatness always built on his natural talent? Now, we want to hear from you. Do you believe Lester Hayes' record is tainted by the use of Stickum? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth stories about NFL legends. Thanks for watching.